This is not to say that there are not those children in wretched situations who need to be removed. There are, and we all agree. But tonight, I'm talking about those children removed from their homes intentionally for profit. Intentionally for profit.
They say is a misunderstanding. The Brooks family says their twins were 2 months old when the state accused them of abuse and removed the babies from their home. Dayton 24/7 Now's Mamie Boss spoke exclusively with the parents who say they've missed out on so many firsts with their twins.
They just look through everything and just seen broken bones in a toddler, in a baby. And they saying that we're black, we're a low income family, and they just think of the worst of the worst, you know, so we didn't have a chance.
In November, the Brooks went to court. Experts testified that the fractures were not a result of abuse. One expert said the children may have a genetic disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome hypermobility type that is associated with bone fragility. The judge did rule that the twins could return home, but the prosecution objected.
Every party has the right to file objections to that decision, and the state did file objections, and so those objections are going to be heard by the judge. And during the time after they file their objections, there's an automatic stay of the magistrate's order. So,
meaning the children will remain in foster care. I
don't feel like a father. They took that from me. Like, we missed everything. Like they're already crawling now, you know. Just breaks me down, honestly.
The Brooks
Children are seized unnecessarily from their families due to the federal aid created in 1974 entitled the Adoption and Safe Families Act. It offers financial incentives to the states that increase adoption numbers. To receive the adoption incentives or bonuses, local CPS must have more children. They must have more merchandise to sell.
No, I want you to step out of the car.
Okay, is that my right to speak?
Not right now. It's not. Get out of the damn car. Get out of the car. I'm not gonna screw around with you, okay? Get out of the car, right now. Get back now, or are you gonna go to jail? Get back.
Wait.
Behind your back.
Wait a minute.
Put your hands behind your back.
Why am I being arrested?
Okay. Right now you're being detained.
Detained for what?
We're not gonna screw with you. You understand?
Okay, but for what? For what reason?
For a family injury to a child. Okay?
For what
yes.
reason?
But for what
yes.
reason, officer?
Get it. Okay? I need you to put your phone down and step out. Okay. She needs to come out too.
Okay. Hop out of the car.
Felony injury to child. Get out of the car.
Excuse me. I'm getting out.
I'm
getting out. Let me get out. I will step out.
Get out of the car.
I will step out.
You're under arrest
Okay, Dad, it's okay.
for felony injury to child.
For felony injury to child.
That is correct.
That's not your child. That's not your child. Okay, if it's not your child, then you don't need to be going in handcuffs.
Yeah, well, you should know how to do your job better.
Is that your child?
I'm not answering the question.
You're under arrest.
You're under arrest for false information as well.
What false information? What
You
did
just
I
said
do?
that wasn't your kid.
I said
All right, I need you to step out of the car. Give me the... Okay. Well, we're going to take him to the hospital. And if you want to go, you can come along.
Can I ride with him?
Yes, you can. Okay. We'll get an ambulance here to transport you guys. Okay? You need to give him to the EMT, and you can go on your merry way with your friends and your family who's out there.
That's not merry at all.
Or I remove him from you and you go to jail. You need to make that decision. You need to make it now, please.
I won't let him go.
Okay. Go ahead and jump out of the way for me. Okay. Okay, please let him go so he does not get hurt, okay? Come here, little buddy.
Melissa, I promise I'll take good care
Okay.
of him. You promise? I promise I will take good care
I let him go. I let him go.
No, she's going to jail.
Put your hands on your back, please, okay?
Alright. Did you bring water for him? Cyrus, I'm so sorry.
It's Toby, just go.
Cyrus!
Let's go this way. Hey.
Cyrus!
It's okay.
Police took the baby into custody and brought it to St. Luke's in Meridian. And 4 days later, parents of the baby, Bundy, and others are continuing to protest the decision, calling it medical kidnapping.
They must have more merchandise to sell. Funding is available when a child is placed in a foster home with strangers or placed in a mental health facility and medicated, usually against the parents' wishes. Parents are victimized by the system that makes a profit for holding children longer and bonuses for not returning children to their parents. This is abuse of power. It is lack of accountability. And it is a growing criminal political phenomenon spreading around the globe. Oftentimes, but not always, poor parents are targeted to lose their children because they do not have the wherewithal to hire an attorney or fight the system. Being poor and lacking proper housing does not mean your children should be removed. CPS has redefined poor to mean psychologically inferior. Therefore, it is in the best interest of the child to be removed. Best interest, of course, has also been redefined at the child's expense. It has been reported over and over that 6 times as many children die in foster care than in the general public. Once a child is legally kidnapped and placed in official safety, the child is far more likely to suffer abuse, including sexual molestation and or rape. Case workers and social workers are often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence, and they seek wrongly to terminate parental rights while being protected by state immunity. There is a huge bureaucracy made up of judges, court-appointed attorneys, guardian ad litems, social workers, state employees, court investigators, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, foster parents, adoptive parents, and on, who are looking to the children in state care for their job security. Judges have control over private living arrangements and income of 48.3 million Americans. The United States Census Bureau reported in 2002 that $40 billion in transfer payments were made between households of custody parents and other parents. That money, $40 billion, is under the direction and control of family court judges in environments covered with confidentiality laws that protect the wrong people. Fathers are victims of this unjust system. Child support payments even without having visits with their children, are choking the very life out of fathers. 3 fathers, of whom I am aware and have been in touch with, committed suicide in the last 12 months because they lost the opportunity to even visit with their children.
At the end of the day, I want to be able to tell my children that I did everything that I could. I fought the hardest fight that I could fight.